Hi and welcome back to my solo playthrough of Last Night on Earth. I still think last episode was a little bit, let's call it buggy, mainly in respect to the zombie spawning, and that's really a rule from the solo variant here, the unofficial solo variant, which I really didn't get. And even during editing, I think I left some comments there and I still didn't get it. But then I referred to the original rules of the solo variant, and there it's, I think, stated a little bit more clear. Because what it says here, to determine what type of zombie is spawned, start by rolling a d6. And this, for me at least, it really might be just me, makes me believe, okay, I have to roll for each zombie that I'm spawning from that d6 roll. But when you read the original text file, that is the original Zorro variant, I think it's a little bit, tiny little bit clearer, where you say you simply roll the die to define how many zombies there are and what type of zombies. And that's exactly what this table means. So instead of rolling a d6 before to see how many zombies we are rolling, this is all that roll in this case. And that's why I was a little bit, and here really just said what type of zombie is being spawned. So I think the original text is a little bit clearer here, but then again it could be me. But I think I have understood it now. Ultimately, I don't think that this affected the gameplay too much. Overall, I should have two less zombies out on the board, but therefore I think we should have transformed two of the existing zombies into special zombies as well, which is why I'm also not taking things back. It's still difficult enough. And in respect to these remains in play cards, I still think we can't draw them like there is no tomorrow. But then on the other hand, I also thought, that's maybe a little bit lame if I from now on simply discard all these remains in play cards. So I will, again, alter my little house rule here a little bit by saying for every card that I'm drawing that is remains in play, I will then also roll a die, and similar to the zombie spawning roll, if that die roll is higher than the amount of remains in play cards that are already in effect, then I will basically play this card. If not, then maybe I will really just simply discard it then instead. And I think that this seems to be an okay alternative. But I think that's basically it. Good news is we did find the gasoline. So again, I think Billy may want to move towards that space, and then at the end of the next round, this space or this objective might be fulfilled, at least partially, and then we still need to find the keys. I think this car should be more in the middle here. But I think with that being said, we should be pretty much good to go going into the next round. So let's move the sun tracker down. Let's draw the cards. And here we have play immediately card, fight for survival. The zombie player chooses a card. I have already checked the rules. We are basically taking the discard pile and removing basically any card, and then removes all copy of that card. So I think we only have one copy in there. We are not allowed to remove a scenario search item this way, and this is the stockpile guns. That's a nasty one, unfortunately. This is really now out of the game, but we have dealt with this card. Over here, we will basically play this right now. So the zombies will roll 2 extra fight dice, but heroes will win on ties. Okay, that is something. Overwhelm, players on any space that has at least twice as many zombies as heroes. Every zombie in that space rolls an extra fight. I may not be killed in any way. But I think that's currently not the case, and I think we will not get into that situation, and we know what's coming, so we will not go there actually. And my god, he's a zombie. Play to cancel any Townsfall event card on the roll of 4+. Yeah, we have one in our hand. Or play at the start of a zombie turn to place a zombie from your zombie pool in any space adjacent to a hero. I think I will roll the die on this card on which the zombie player is choosing, and then we will have to basically wait and see, because we do have townsfolk events like Farmer's Die here, for example, which could be cancelled and would be pretty bad for us. Okay, let's roll the first die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 6, and that's indeed a 4 to 6, which is, well, basically we are bringing out the last remaining zombie, and I think we are rolling for a random hero on the board, and we will do that because it's still the start of the zombie turn right now. We still have 4 heroes in play, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't really matter. I have this nasty, that's a 2, which means we are bringing this last remaining zombie next to Jenny, and I think we will, I don't know, do we bring it here or there? No, let's bring it here, right? Again, we know that this is the objective, so I think having these zombies next to the objective and also next to the heroes would be the best. At least me as a zombie player would place him there, maybe even there, but I think it doesn't matter too much. So we already have taken care of. My God, he's a zombie. And the last 2 are a little bit more situational. So this one is in effect basically the entirety of this turn. Zombies roll 2 extra fight dice, but heroes win. Okay, this will actually now affect Jenny because she has to fight at least once. We don't need to roll for zombies spawning, but of course all zombies will move. They will move here, they will move there, they will move here. He will move in here. So in the end, it didn't matter. Of course, I forgot zombie hunger. This is moving faster, right? This is the recently dead. That could be a problem. D3 plus 1. So it's basically this half plus 1. And oh gosh, 4 spaces. That's, oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we could lose our very first hero here. Because this is now here, right? Play on any space that has at least twice as many zombies. So the zombie player will definitely play the overwhelmed card here. And we also have the cornered in effect. Okay, so yeah, she might be pretty dead actually. But let's not forget, where I think this fella would be here. They will move down there. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's still closer, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Indeed. So this is zombie hunger, so we have to follow this down here. I think we have moved them all. Okay, that is terrible. Why did I have to roll a 6 for this so important roll? Here it doesn't matter who we are fighting because fighting wise they are all the same. So they all roll 1 standard fight die, but 2 extra fight dice here, and we can't kill it until the end of the turn. So even with weapons, we can't kill them. Oh, that is so bad. So basically, these guys are rolling 4 dice, plus 2, plus 1, and the standard one. Yeah, that's the case. Good thing is we still have our chainsaw with us, which gives us an extra fighter, but again, we can't kill them. That is so brutal. Yeah, there's nothing we can do right now. Of course, that's the thing. We have Farmer Sty with us. Prevent, oh, wait a second. Prevent any one zombie from moving this turn. Okay, I think we will prevent this zombie from moving. I think this is now the perfect time to... I forgot about the first ability here. Add up, subtract 1 to any fight dice roll. I think this is still good. But when we are doing this... Farmer Sty is out, so is discarded. But now the overwhelm doesn't kick in. So we can, in fact, kill that zombie. And it's basically 1 less fight die. It's still a plus 2, but we would win on ties. Okay, that was important. And again, we can play these cards basically at any point in time. Good that I caught this on time. Okay, that was pretty helpful actually. So let's see. We are rolling still 2 dice, 3 dice, and they're also rolling 3 dice, right? So that's not the end of the world. And we win on ties, right? Yes, we win on ties. So let's see. Yeah, that's not a tie. Not even close. I think we are pretty dead. I think there is nothing we can do. We have still this one here. Get back, you devils. Play to kill any zombie beaten in a fight. Nope, didn't beat that zombie. We don't have zombie events. No. She's dead. And because of my rule, or not my rule, it's kind of an official rule, we will immediately turn her into a zombie hero. Isn't that lovely? We get to draw a new zombie, a hero, but she was really carrying an awful lot of stuff. And yeah, Jenny is basically now over here. Next to the other zombies. She now has to take 2 wounds to be killed, but I think all the wounds that she had are being removed. Yeah, that was a terrible roll. I mean, 3 versus 3, and what were the chances? We were winning on ties. Oh, that is brutal. But we are allowed to draw a new hero. I will roll a 10-sided die. I think this is 13 or 12. So what I will do, I will make a cut, and then it doesn't really matter which one. It's 6 character. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And welcome Jake Cartwright, the Drifter. And I believe this is his miniature here. And yeah, he is a stranger, a male. It's happening. They're coming. Again. He's resourceful. When drawing a hero card, may take 2 cards and choose. Oh wow, he is huge for this scenario, and he can take some beating. He would start Road Out of Town, but that's also overruled. This rule, when you respawn a hero, in this case you either get to roll a random building or you get to choose if you want him to start in the center of the board, the town center, and that's exactly what I will do. So he will go in here, and because he's starting here, he will draw a hero card, and he may take 2 cards and choose 1 to keep. I'm not 100% sure if that's already true for the start of his game basically, but I will play it this way. We are not allowed to take scenario search items though. Well, that is, oh no. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We are not allowed to search. Oh, that is so bad. This is really bad. We will put this into the discard pile. Still okay, we can find it, but oof, okay, oh no. Yeah, he will basically start with a torch, and yeah, he can discard the torch to, yeah, have a zombie player re-roll its fight dice, and we can ignore the lights out effects. Oh, that was a tough draw. Oh boy. But I think we can still use him actually this round, because this all happened outside of the hero turn. But I think that's basically also the end of the zombie turn. We have moved them all. We only had this one fight. Yes, exactly. So I will definitely have to start with, I guess, Amanda and basically the combination Billy. I think they need to be together now so that he's able to survive this the very next round actually. On the other hand, we can leave her here as zombie bait, but she will have to deal with 4 zombies next round. And I think, no, let's not sacrifice her just yet. I think we still have the sheriff who could, no, he cannot search actually. He's also, oh, that is also bad. What's happening here? No, we will have to move them out both, I believe. Yeah, let's do that. Again, we will start with Amanda. I want to see how far she is able to move. And that's a 5. That is good enough. 1, 2, and 3. She will also go to the truck. Problem now is if he's rolling with a 1, he would be in a very tough spot actually. Okay, not a 1. He can get the +1. He can get, what am I saying? Am I my cat or so? 1, 2, 3. He will also end his movement at the truck. And when we look at our scenario objective again, in order to fill up the truck, a hero must start in the space, give up their turn, and discard gasoline. The hero must survive any zombie fights in their space before the truck is filled up. Okay, that's what we need to set up for. With Jake Cartwright, we could go for a Hail Mary and send him somewhere up here, but then he will be dead next round as well. And I think that's also not what I want to do. So I may want to have, I mean, we will roll for his movement anyway, right? Because the turn for Sheriff Anderson is very much clear, I believe. So we will go with Jake next. He rolls a 3, which is only a 2 because we still have the heavy rain here. And I think, oh, what we can do now. There is something we can do. No. 1 and 2. Problem still is, maybe I should move him here, because then these guys are lured into that space. And I think that's what we need to do. And he can take some beating. He has the torch. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think that's the better deal, because then we will be able to protect these guys here a little bit more. And once the truck is fueled up, finding the keys is, yeah, still something that we need to do, but we don't need to give up any complete amount of turns. And once this truck is fueled up, these guys can move places and whatever, help searching the keys. Okay, then it's Sheriff Anderson. That's only a 2 in this case. He is still outside, and I guess we are doing 1 and 2, because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't really matter too much in this case. So let's leave him here, because then he has, it's closer to the library maybe. Again, we need to continue searching in order to find the keys, which Jake Cartwright already kind of had, but I think he didn't know what's going on. That's why I said, I don't need the keys, let's go with the torch here in this case. He's a strange guy, I mean. Yeah, but that's pretty much the end of the round. I believe we can safely discard those 2 cards. We will move into the next round of the game. So the soundtrack is moving, and then we will draw our next hand of zombie cards. And speaking about zombie cards, again, I forgot to draw a zombie card or a zombie fight card for this fight here, but because I lost, I think it's really not the end of the world. Oh wow, there's really a lot going on in this game. Okay, and here we are. Here we have the surprise attack. We don't have any zombies on the board right now, which means we can immediately discard this card. I definitely like that. Here, play this at the start of the zombie turn, which is now. It still remains in play card, and again, to my newly adopted house rule, I will roll a die. So I have to roll a 4 or more, because we have 3 remains in play cards in play right now. So let's quickly do that, and that's a 6. Yes, this card will have an effect. And this one says, play this card at the start of the zombie turn on any hero and roll a random building. That hero may not search. Discard this card when the hero moves into the space of the building. If the hero is already in the building or cannot enter it, re-roll. I've got to get... Okay, so we are basically forcing that hero. That's okay, that's a bummer. Let's roll the hero first. And unfortunately, we don't have anything that would cancel this card. This is a very nasty one. So let's roll the hero, and that's also Jake Cartwright, which for me is currently okay. And then we have to roll a random building. Let's do that as well. That's 4. I think 4 is up here, and then we roll again, and that's the 3, which I think, okay, we have to bring Jake Cartwright to this building here, actually. So let me put that card over here. No, I have to play this card on Jake Cartwright, actually. And this game comes with so many different counters, but I will simply take the Last Night on Earth counter. I've also placed a similar counter onto the card, so hopefully I will remember. Anyway, I don't really know if he will make it that long, actually. We still have 2 more cards to resolve, though. And they're both the same, and for both I have to roll a d6 to go for the top or bottom alternative. So 1, 2, 3 is always the top. So this is this. Yeah, this is bad. We will play this card at the start of a fight to immediately draw for the zombie. That is so nasty. Let's do the same here. Okay, here it's a 4, and I think we don't have any remains in play cards in play, so we can at least get rid of this deadly surprise. But yeah, we will definitely see a fight for sure. Is this a fight card? I don't think it is, actually. I think we would still draw an additional fight card for this zombie when they are fighting. We are not rolling for spawning, but we will still move our zombies. They don't have a choice. They have to move in here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Honestly, I do think that this is the more important one. So we'll move these guys down, and from here they can move into both spaces anyway. Here I think we're also moving here. Herefore we have to roll. That's D3 plus, let's do that here. That's only, now we're only rolling, so basically 2 spaces. The zombie hero also moves D3 spaces, also only 1. I think we can, yeah, we can do that here. This is moving here. These down here will move towards Sheriff Anderson. I think they will actually also move in here, and they will also move in here. So the only two fights we have is up here, and for one we will immediately now draw a grave weapon, right? Again, it doesn't matter which one we are assigning it to. So what did we get? And this is a rusty axe. The zombie rolls an extra fight dice, and in addition, before zombie fight dice are being rolled, the zombie player may choose one of the hero's hand weapons that they may not use during this fight. So we're not losing it. And yeah, the torch is not a hand weapon. Okay, that is important. I just noticed that. Okay, let me bring out that miniature. And I think it's this fella here. So I will take it out. Again, it's still... Basically, I think we have now... Oh, that's the thing now. Should we have actually removed one zombie? Because I believe we can have only 14 zombies on the board, actually. And because of the zombie hero, there might be 15 now, actually. But I couldn't really find it in the rules right now, which means I will simply let it slide for now. Okay, so we have to remember the rusty axe. So we have basically also dealt with a deadly surprise, but this time I will not forget to draw a fight card. I think I will start with this grave weapon fight, so just to get it over with. And Undead Hate the Living, we already know that one, which means they will force us to re-roll our fight dice. And they have a extra, so it's basically 2 versus 2, but at least we are not taking any more wounds for this weapon or so. No, that's the case. So let's roll that. Yeah, I think there's no need for the zombie player to have us reroll, because again they are winning on ties, which means Jay Cartwright is taking his very first wound. We still have another fight to resolve, but I think unless we are really drawing something very nasty, he should be able to survive. So let's draw the next fight card. Brains. Play this card to add a +1, but it's still only 1 fight dice, right? There is nothing else which this zombie is getting. No, I think we have really played all of our cards. So let's see. We are adding a +1, but at least this zombie has been fended off the normal one. So Brains is gone and Jake is still alive and can still take 1 buffer wound. Okay, not too bad. So I think he served his purpose actually. So let's move over to Billy. He will give up the entirety of his turn. He will discard the gasoline. Do we have a gasoline marker? No, I think not. So we will also place one of these Last Night on Earth markers on there. Maybe there is a gasoline marker somewhere in my pile of tokens. I can't quite remember. Let's have a look. Maybe I will find something. Toxic waste, artifacts. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go with this marker for now. Maybe I will find something. But basically this is his turn done. And I think I don't want to leave them both here, because we still have to find our keys, right? So we may want to move her somewhere else, but the only other location we can really move her to safely is up there in the farmhouse, right? One thing I forgot, we have the audio cassette. But if she's now taking, oh no, that's not good. So maybe that's a potential thing. If we would move her now down to Sheriff Anderson, at least slowly, she could actually heal him with Doc Brody's medical bag. So let's see if we should do that actually. Let's roll for her movement first. 6. Okay, she can move 5 spaces because again, heavy rain. Does this help us? I think it does. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's totally do that. So she will now move to Sheriff Anderson. At the end of the hero turn, he will be healed by 1. I think this is really important. He's a little bit alone, unfortunately, but now he has also kind of served his purpose, unfortunately. Yeah, let's see about that. I think he will definitely be hit. We could now, of course, debate how much range do we have with a pump shotgun. Yeah, unfortunately, only a 2. Maybe I want to give the signal flare to Amanda, by the way. She can still hold an item. But here we could do some very serious damage. So if, but now he's here. What would we need to roll actually? 1, 2, 3. At least a 3 on his movement, right? And then we could shoot the pump shotgun into that space. And I think that's what we need to do. Getting rid of 4 zombies might be huge at this point in time. So let's roll that die, and that is the 3 we needed actually. Yeah, then this plan didn't really work out, but we rolled dice and whatnot. I didn't really think this one through. I still think she's better here for her next turn, so no, I think I will do that, right? 1, 2, and 3 moving into that space, and I think we will use the pump shotgun to shoot onto this space. We could also shoot on that space. Yeah, we could really lose some serious heroes here next round or so. But yeah, let's see. We will roll 4 dice, right? Exactly, and on a 3+. Okay, 3+, that's 3 heroes. I think, oh, do we get to choose actually? I think we get to choose, right? That's now an interesting point. It's not the zombie player who's getting to choose. Could be cheating here, but we will remove these fellas here off the board for sure. So that was a good roll. There is a rule in the solo rules, or in the solo variant, where it says when a card is basically telling us something. Maybe that's the same thing in the end. Okay, let me have a quick look at those. And no, this rule is only talking about basically this temple for the zombie list. No, I think I get to choose in this case. I will rule it this way. I will choose. So, but we still have to roll for the shotgun being out of ammo, and that's a 4. It's still very much fully loaded. That is nice. The endless shotgun. Okay, that was truly important. I think we will have to fight her actually relatively soon, because she only needs to move 2 spaces, and on a D3 roll that is relatively likely. But I think, yeah, we still have Jake Cartwright left. He definitely wants to move out of that space, but let's roll for his move. Oh, that's only a 1. So he might be actually dead. He might be actually dead. Yeah, we still have the torch. The thing is, if we are moving him here, no, I think we have to distribute the load here. Unless, but he can't search, right? He is kind of useless. No, we will move him here. We will move him here. He needs to get to the church in order to get to where he needs to get to. And then he could start searching there anyway, right? But I think this was basically the end of the round. I think I will do one more this video. So let's move the soundtrack down. And here are the 4 terrible zombie cards. So here is unnecessary self-sacrifice. Play this card when 2 heroes are in the same space and a zombie is about to fight one of them. Instead of fighting is automatically wounded. But it's hero's choice. My god, he's a zombie. Play to cancel. So I think here we have to roll the die again. We already know the resilient one. Play this card when a zombie is killed by a gun item to immediately discard that gun, which could be all the more reason using the signal flare with Amanda, maybe. Let's see. And we have the relentless advance. Yeah, basically we are moving more zombies. So I think we might be losing a lot of folks. And how many did we? I think we have only lost 1 hero so far, right? Yeah, that's the case. Keep in mind, we also lose a scenario. That's what I kind of forgot. If we ever run out of, not running out of heroes, if the zombie player kills 4 of our heroes in total. It doesn't matter if there are still 4 standing or not. So it's getting pretty messy. Let's roll for this card here first. 1, 2, 3 is the top one. As usual, it's top. We don't have any cards in play, so we can get rid of this zombies card. I definitely take that. Resilient, we have to remember. We also have to remember the unnecessary self-sacrifice. This might happen. And the relentless advance basically happens now. How many? It's a D6. 2 zombies are basically moving an extra space, and we always take the ones that are furthest away, and in this case doesn't matter too much because it's both either here or there. They're all 3 spaces away. Let's roll a 4-sided die. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, we have to do that twice. That's 2, so this fella is moving 1 space down. I think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter, we are moving them here because they're not getting closer right now anyway. And then we roll basically a D6, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Nope, it's this fella here, so he's moving up here. So we have taken care of the relentless advance as well, and then they are moving normally, right? So they are moving in, they are moving in. Here we have to roll d3, and that's only one, and I think 1, exactly. This needs to go either up or north, so let's also roll a d6, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 to 6. So he's moving up, they are moving in here, so we have definitely another dead one. He's moving in here. I think we also have to roll for this fast one, right? That's 2 spaces, 1 and 2. From there they can still reach it. We have done this. They have to move in here, exactly, and these fellas will simply move in here. So yeah, we will definitely see a lot of action, but I think we still don't have 2 heroes are in the same space. No, I think the unnecessary sacrifice might be okay, but we could lose basically the game right here. If they all die now, we are toast. Let's start with a tough one up here, and we will also start with the grave weapon guy, right? So we have to draw a zombie fight card, and okay, we have the Urg. Play this card to let a zombie roll 2 extra fight dice. Yeah, that's great. So he's rolling 2, and I think 2 plus 2, so the zombie is rolling 4, the grave weapon zombie, that is, exactly. And they are still winning on ties, so okay, I think I'm now really tempted to use my torch, which says discard to make a zombie reroll its fight dice. So we cannot choose. But yeah, let's totally do that. So we will discard the torch. We still have 2 6s, which would actually kill the zombie if we are not rolling a 6 on any of those 4 dice. No! Oh, that is so bad. I think there's nothing we can do right now. No. This is so bad. So let's give him his second wound. He still has to fight 2 more times. And we just ran out of torches. Feels no pain. I think we also know this one. We have to roll the die. What option he's choosing? So that's basically this. Play this card to let a zombie reroll any number of its fight dice. Yes. Okay, it's only 1 versus 2. So a standard one, but it gets a reroll. That's, I think, yeah, I already see the 6 here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So the zombie hero, or the next zombie hero, is here. Jake Cartwright, so we can't basically, yeah, ignore the next fight. So we have 2 heroes down, but that's also good. We can discard this token here, so it doesn't matter anymore. We get to draw a new hero, but I think we will get to draw that hero basically at the end of the zombie turn. We are not spawning it right away. Let's do the Billy fight here against the first one, and this is Fighting Instincts. Choose any hand weapon from the hero discard pile. The zombie may use that weapon's combat for this one fight. Treat the hero. Okay, I see. So we will now draw cards from the discard pile, which I have shuffled now, and I think that's how it should be solved. That's an item, but not a hand weapon. We need a hand weapon. We have hand weapons in here for sure. Event, torch, T-bone. Come on, we had hand weapons in here, right? At least I think. Yes, the pitchfork. Okay, there, I was relatively sure we had one here. And the hero the hero is now considered to be the zombie. Okay, basically it's a reroll. It's not necessarily the end of the world, but again, it shows how incredibly thematic this game actually is. Okay, we have the first fight. It's 1 versus 2, right? There is nothing. Nope. Nothing. Are you kidding? They still win on ties, right? Okay, wait a second. I forgot. I still have my item, but I will hold on to this die. I still have my garden shear, so we would be allowed to roll 1 extra die. So if you're rolling a 6... Nope. Okay, never mind then. Billy simply has to take a wound. And we have another fight. And here we have Scratch and Claw. We already know this one, which means this zombie is now rolling 2 extra fight dice. Goes for each zombie in its space, including itself. So we are rolling our 3 dice, and they're also rolling 3 dice. But still no change. Oops. We will lose on a tie actually. And we didn't roll a 6. We could have killed that zombie immediately. There's nothing we can do, which means another zombie hero. Wow, this is so bad. This is so bad. 3 out of 4 heroes are out of here. Again, we get to draw 2 replacements, but of course, we still have another fight down here. And he also only has, oh god, 1 life point. No, it's basically his last life point. So it's when he takes the wound, he's dead. So let's see. And yeah, this isn't promising at all. Urgh. Play this card to let a zombie roll 2 extra fight dice. It's basic. Oh wow. So we are even. So they're rolling 3. We are rolling 2. We'll take the highest one. And yeah, I think this is a game lost. We have just lost our 4th hero of the game, which ultimately means the town is lost. We have lost this scenario. Wow, how could this turn into a massive catastrophe basically within 1 round? I really was sure we were on a good place here because again, we would have the truck was filled. The main problem was really with Jay Cartwright, that he was drawing the keys. I'm not 100% sure if this was the first card of the deck anyway. I think it was. So maybe we would have lost it anyway. When you spawn new heroes, you are not allowed to hand him over the scenario search item, which definitely makes sense, of course. But wow, this really turned into disaster. Basically within 1 or 2 rounds, and yeah, ultimately I have lost. But honestly, I do think this solo mode works perfectly. Now that I have understood the zombie spawning, I'm now also relatively positive around my house ruling for the play immediately card, simply rolling a dice. I think it wasn't too terrible that we have lost 2 buildings relatively early on. Also, the heavy rain didn't necessarily affect us this big. Maybe, yeah, maybe. It did mess up with Jay Cartwright, so he could still be alive if he would have been able to move 1 extra space, at least I think, and then the game wouldn't be over here. So ultimately, maybe this really did have a very dramatic effect on the gameplay. But yeah, that's basically how you play Last Night on Earth using the unofficial solo mode, which I really do enjoy quite a bit. And I will definitely revisit this game relatively soon. Maybe for Halloween I will do another playthrough of this amazing game, and then I will still go for a relatively light scenario. So maybe then I will go for the Search the Townfolk, relatively similar to this one. You have to find no longer items, but again these Townfolk event cards in order to win the scenario. But I still think this gives you, these are these cool sandbox kind of scenarios where you can do all kinds of stuff. I could also debate going with the mansion scenario, which is something which is not really cumbersome, but I think is a little bit more tight. You are confined to this mansion and you really want to fend those zombies off as long as possible. Also interesting. So just let me know which scenario you would like to see for Halloween, and I will prepare these things accordingly. And I'm relatively certain that I will record this scenario way ahead of Halloween, and this will be one of those instances where I will then post it to my patrons and channel members definitely ahead of time. So again, a little bit of an incentive for you to maybe join me on YouTube or join me on Patreon and whatnot. And before I forget, and I think this is the perfect opportunity now to really thank all my patrons and channel members for their amazing support over all these months and years. Really do appreciate it, really quite a bit. And yeah, again, if you want to support me, you will find a link to my page on Patreon. You can join me here on YouTube. There is a little thanks button below the video. Also like and subscribe, leave a comment. This also greatly helps the channel, of course. And yeah, with that being said, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos, and until then, bye bye.